Hi everyone. Thank you for stopping by the channel today. So here's the deal. Like others, I'm sure, I am quite analytical, and when I want to start something new, I do quite a bit of research. I look up websites, I check Google, I look for experts in the field. I talk to friends and family who may have some experience in whatever it is I'm interested in. But here's the thing. There are times in life when sometimes it is better to just go with it, to just take the reins and see what happens, to plug in and make a go of it, even if you are not quite ready, even if you don't have all the pieces in line perfectly. When it comes to life in general, I'm not an expert really in anything, but I am, except for this, I am an expert in fear. I grew up in such a way, and even through most of my adulthood, I approached everything from some level of fear. Fear of what if I'm not good enough? What if I don't do well? What if I don't succeed? What are others going to think of me? And while that may serve a purpose initially, and I'm not even sure if it does serve a purpose, but it is human nature. I think the purpose that it serves is kind of to nudge us along, to maybe analyze where we're coming from and what we are feeling. What are our emotions and what can we do with those emotions? What can we do to handle what might be keeping us back? And that's what we're going with today. So I'm somebody who just started YouTube a couple of months ago. I've made several videos. My channel is dedicated to relationship issues and healing and recovering from relationship issues, as well as maybe possibly getting into discovery for the year of 2021 when I have made this decision not to bring anything new into my house. So I am on a strict no buy for the year 2021. I'll allow myself the necessities, of course, but as far as anything extra, no way. I'm not bringing it into the house. So I am looking to document that journey for all of 2021. This is just to say that no matter what you are interested in, there's a place for you here. YouTube is a huge, vast, unconstructing environment. That's not really a great way to put it, but it does allow flexibility. It allows growth. It allows imagination. It allows creativity. So what are some things we need to think about and keep in mind when we are thinking of starting a YouTube channel? Like I said, I just did. I've been on the platform just over 2 months now. I think my first video was late October. So here are some things to think about. Again, with that level of fear, we may be drawn to overanalyze and to over-research. What this can do is lead to more questions, lead to more doubt. Do I know everything I need to know to start something? Not just YouTube, but anything. Do I have enough information? Sometimes it's better, like I said, to just go with it. What is every last piece of information going to bring to you? You don't need all the information to start YouTube. I did a ton of research 3 or 4 years ago, whatever it was. I didn't start back then, of course, because of fear. Did I do some research this time around? Yeah, a little, but I was much more prepared internally. I had let go of so much of that fear that was holding me back. Feel that fear. It's okay. Fear is there for a reason, but get real also. What's the worst thing that could happen? We don't make content, or we make content that others don't want to watch. We make content that doesn't resonate. Well, that's really secondary. Do it for you. Do it because you want to try something new. Do it because you need a creative outlet in your life. That is one of the reasons I did it. Not only to supplement the relationship work I do on Twitter, but to have a creative outlet, to have some fun, to talk to you guys, especially during quarantine. So fear, while it is helpful in certain situations, of course, heightens our awareness, heightens our being vigilant in our environment, things like that. But it isn't meant to be a permanent way of life when we're talking about new endeavors. Okay, do not compare yourself. I have notes, by the way. Do not compare yourself to other YouTubers. Ooh, this is a tough one. If you are starting YouTube, because eventually maybe you foresee that it could be a career option for you, and it is really for anyone, don't compare yourself to others. Don't look at what others are doing and their numbers and their, well, you can't access their analytics, but you can access things like video views and projected income and things like that. Listen, if that's to come in the future, let it come in the future. It does no good, really, to sit there and say, oh my God, can I ever do it? Well, sure. Why couldn't you? But looking at others can build a sense of doubt, a feeling of insecurity. Everyone started somewhere. We all start at the same place. Start with the end in mind. If that is the eventuality that you would like to see happen, that maybe one day YouTube could be your career and provide for you and your family financially, begin with that end in mind, but don't let it take away the joy. Don't let it take away the fun, the happiness, the creativity, the sharing. Don't let that long-term goal be so strong in your mind that you forget to enjoy the process. If you're not enjoying the process, it's not going to work. It just won't. There's too much stress. And YouTube is hard. YouTube is hard. Let's talk about that. I did not know anything about equipment, technology, how to upload, how to export, how to create a thumbnail, how to create a banner. Oh my God. So I had to figure that stuff out. And believe me, if I can figure it out, you can figure it out too. Let's talk about equipment. I'm videoing on a laptop computer right now, but let's talk, shall we? Yeah, I have this camera, oops, facing me. See, I don't even know what I'm doing here yet. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. So this beautiful camera and this beautiful lens, I have a microphone, I have a cord, I have a card reader adapter, I think they're called. I'm not even sure. I haven't learned how to use this. Now, in order to learn how to use something like this, something that is technological, that you actually have to follow steps, of course, do your research. But I'm not in a rush. I'll do it. I'll get to it. I have these things. They're beautiful. It's a little daunting. I'm not great with technology, but you don't need the best of the best of the best. Use your phone. Use the camera on your phone. Even if you're just, oh, sorry, that probably moved the computer. But you don't have to get fancy. You will maybe eventually want to invest in a few things. But guys, no pressure. No pressure. Take away the self-imposed pressure in any situation with anything new that isn't there organically. I know I have my camera. I know I have the lens. I know I have the stuff. I'll do it. I'll get to it eventually. I'm not going to stress myself out about it. Life is too stressful. Do not let the what ifs hang you up. What if I don't sound good on camera? What if I can't speak to people? What if they notice this about me or that about me? Or what if my clothes aren't right? It could be a million things. Don't let those what ifs defeat your purpose. Don't let those what ifs get in your way. So what if people don't like what you sound like or how you look or how you dress? Really, that is so secondary. It's not even secondary. It is so far down the list. There is, of course, part of human nature. We want to be appealing. We want to matter to other people. We want to make a good impression. And we'll talk about impressions in just a minute. But by and large, guys, we're interacting with strangers. We may never meet these people. We hope to do good work. Of course we do. But other people's opinions cannot keep us from what we would like to do for ourselves. Those what ifs may come to you here and there. You know what? Recognize them, say, yeah, I see you there, and then just get right back to it. Get right back to it. If it's not going to matter to you in 5 years, 5 months, out of here. Take it out of your mental space. We don't have room. I don't have room. I don't have room for that. And neither do you. Okay, so the last two things are kind of related. Making an impression, being yourself, and perfectionism. To do YouTube successfully, guys, you have to be yourself. Be who you are intrinsically. Let your personality come through, regardless of what others may think of that personality. Here's why. You won't be able to uphold anything that isn't authentic for very long. People will start to notice cracks in your personality. They will notice changes over time as you are not able to keep up the facade. There's no need for that. If you can't be yourself, or if others pick on parts of yourself, that is their problem. If people don't like you for who you are they really important to you in the scheme of YouTube, or maybe even in other areas of your life? If people don't like me, what am I going to do? Try to change to impress them? Try to change so that they want to somehow watch my videos or be near me? For what? To pretend to be something I'm not? Oh my God. Don't even go down that road. However you talk is how you talk. However you look is how you look. And all of it is just fine. Better than fine. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about having everything in place. Everything's not going to be in place. Do it anyway. Plug it in and get on with it. Kind of like a metaphor for life. Anything we want to do different. Horseback riding, surfing, scuba diving, new activities, taking a class, taking an art class, learning how to paint. Whatever it is, plug in and get going with it. Perfectionism will never happen because as human beings, we're not perfect. Let them say what they're going to say. Let them judge if that's their choice. None of it really matters. What matters is your experience, your accomplishments for you, your joy, your contentment, your experience along the road. I just started YouTube. I'm having a ball. I do work in a profession where I am visited several times a day. I interact with hundreds of people, mostly little people. And that is extremely satisfying in so many ways. But I wanted more. Do you want more? What in your life could use a bit of creativity, a bit of spark, a bit of liveliness? Find a creative outlet if you feel that that would be beneficial. Feel the fear of pushing that record button as you sit down. Your head's going to spin. What questions are running through your mind? You'll have so many questions you won't even be able to recognize them all. That's okay. Plug it in and do it anyway. I'm telling you, the fear evaporates. As soon as you do your first video, even though some of the feelings may creep back in, they're lessened. Fear is handled by the doing. Fear is handled by action, especially with something like YouTube. So just some things to keep in mind today, you guys. Some of these things can also be used in other areas of your lives. I think it's important to just recognize when we are ready to do something new, feeling the fear, plugging it in, and getting on with it is the way to go. So until next time, stay the course, have faith in the journey, and bye for now.